course, what you can feel when you run your hand down someone's spine is the tips of the spinous processes. We're going to be dealing with the rib cage area, the thoracic spine. Yeah. T1 to T12. When you do have when we do have the partner activity, you know that you've got, you can often feel a more prominent bony part at the base of the neck. That's usually the spinous processes of C7, bottom cervical vertebra, and T1. So that is T1. And so the body of T1, back behind that, the innermost bit, is where this costovertebral joint is. Costo ribs, ribs to vertebra. So it's in under there, and it's probably in under that spinous process of C7. Then down here, of course, you've got your floating ribs 11 and 12. When you, to determine where you are or what number vertebra you're feeling in the spine, the thoracic spine, find around at the side where the complete ribs, forget the floating ribs, a complete rib goes right round. Well, that's rib 10. Coming round, and the knob you can feel of the spinous process just sort of below that, if you can determine where that rib comes in. And you may not, because there's a lot of muscle there. If you're a thoracic vertebra with a ribs hanging off it, and you're looking upwards at your back, you're looking through a lot of thick muscle there. You may be able to find where T10 is, and then go a couple of knobs down, and that will be the end. You won't be able to get to it from the floating ribs. Certainly not, well, not many people would be able to do it from rib 12, and some may be able to do it from rib 11. Okay, look, I wonder if you could put your cups way out of the way. We're going to form two lines of thoracic vertebra in a moment, and it's probably best that coffee cups just be somewhere, and the lines are going to be here, either side of the table, to start with. Okay. The other thing to notice on the thoracic spine is that probably looking from his front, the vertebra get bigger as they go down, as they go up in number towards the base of the thoracic spine. They increase in accordance with the load bearing that's going on. So perhaps we could have the littler people numbering themselves T1, T2, T3, right up to the biggies towards T11 and T12, and two columns. I think we've got... Okay, if we have a few extras, we can. You can become demonstrators. Okay, good. Now, Okay. There are enough of these and these to have ribs on one side of each column. So maybe you're outside. I'm going to, most of you will have used the foam rollers. Where's T6? Hands up, T6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hands up, T1. You have noticed this is the heaviest cardboard tube I've got for the broad, heavy rib 1. Now these are the floating ribs. These are lighter ones. T11, T12. 12. Okay. Okay, T2s, could you be some volunteers to run some errands, please? Okay, distribute these between those vertebrae, please, on each side. And yeah, that's double-sided tape. That it's already started to peel off, so it should be handy. I was going to have them come out and get them here, so that's why I've got the bin. But yeah, so they put them on the side. They've got the rib on. They're for the rib, the vertebra that have got one big facet. Okay. So they can put it just on their side, sort of fairly in the middle of their side, the side that the ribs are on. Yeah. Yes, my garbage bin idea isn't going to work because I thought, no, it's not. Not 2, 2. 1, 10, 11, 12. 1, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Okay. I think probably outside is better. Okay. T3. Yeah. Could you distribute these? Now, no, it's two thoracic columns. I'll tell you in a moment, or I'll tell you in a moment. Okay, T1 to T9. Okay, T1 to T8. Place these on your sides towards the back of your side, like that. The back of your side is the footwards end. You're in a giant lying prone. This is headwards and this is footwards. What you need is a little piece of paper, one of these little pieces of paper here, about there, on one side, on the rib side. So it's T1 to T8 on the side, on the footwards end of the side. Yes. Yes, on the outside, because your rib's going to be on the outside. Why did I do this? One each to T1 to T8. Green ones as well as red ones. Yeah, but on the outside, yes. Yes, but I've only got enough noodles and cardboard. Yeah, tubes for one side. You can put your other arm out. You can put both arms out, but you'll only have an extension on one on the out. Maybe no, it'll be the outside arm because the inside arm might be a bit to keep it. Yeah, yes. So you're T9, right? Okay. Yeah, that way.
Banana.
Two to nine. Okay, right. 2. You also have that on the same side, just in front, just headward on the headward side of the red. Headward side of the red. Headward side of the red.
Headward side.
And what number are you?
8.
Not you. Okay. Yes, headward side of the red paper. Yeah, yes, not you, not T1. T2 to T8. No, it's on this side because we've only got because you can have your arms out to represent ribs, but I've only got the extension for one side. You see, this side. Yes. Oh, and T9 has a blue sticker as well. Are there any spare blue stickers? Yeah, T9 does have one. T9 does have. Yes, sorry, Anna. Yeah, so organised. T9, you're 9. You have a blue sticker as well. It's on the headward side. Well, sorry, this is headwards. Okay, all will become clear. No. This is headwards. The head of your giant that you're part of is lying prone, and you're part of a giant who's lying face down. Its head is up here. Its feet are down there. So headwards and footwards. Sorry, that should have been made clear. And so your blue dots. Okay, your sides are, say, your vertebral body. This is one side of your vertebral body. Your blue dot is headwards, if you have a blue dot. Your large green dot can be anywhere on the side. And your little red banana, semi-lunar shaped facet, Or which will become clear when you see Anna's excellent explanation of this. That is more, all of those are more on your footward side, the footward side of your side, the footwards end of your side. Footwards is that way. All right. Yes, you do have two ribs, but we've only got enough rollers and cardboards for you to have an extension on the outside, say. We'll make it the outside. Yes, please. Some people have got, not to the people who've got cardboard tubes.
Very important. The rib-bearing vertebra.
Okay, now looking at this guy's, the shape of his thoracic spine, the largest C curve in the spine, have a go as a team at simulating the shape of that shape of the spine. Not. Yeah, so can you crouch down a little bit? Yeah, Gloria might sit and
Come
be
on, you
even.
Saudi girls, move, and boys. Come on.
So, we're okay. Thanks, Anna. So Angela, what number was that? 6 or 7 is about the apex of this C curve. Okay, no, would you be able to simulate flexion, or will I do it? Just a little bit of side bending. Just and okay, good. And now Ruth is going to show you another flexion. You're going to try to maintain. Oh, stand up at the moment and have a rest. Yes, or sit if you like. Sit if you like. You're going to be getting up very soon. Ruth would like to show you that another flexion involving the thoracic column, which you're going to try to simulate while also maintaining that original shape, or as much as possible. Take it away, Ruth. Yes, you can put your arms up. Okay, and it's just that. So would you like to get into your original positions, simulating that original curve first of all, and then you can decide, well, you're going to have to work as a team to simulate one side bend or the other. Oh, yes. You know, I didn't even think of that. Mm, mm, mhm. All right. Okay. Thanks, Ruth. No, that will be fine. Thank you. Anna?
We're actually going to get this group onto, we want you to move together and then this group to move on to the other side of you. So if you just come into the centre, move into the centre of this group. And then this group, would you please move on to the other side of this group? And your
No,
just be connecting.
no, not right over the other side. Just join up. Join up. Okay, so massive teamwork. Massive teamwork. Right. Okay, so the giant is now it is still lying face down, but bending. The side bend is going to the right, to that side of the room. In what part of the thoracic spine will most of the bend occur? Depends on the person. Okay, Anna, are you covering this? Are you going to say something about how the lower part of the thoracic spine allows more side bending than the upper part? Oh, we can say it now. Okay, right. Okay, whoever you are, the lower part of the thoracic spine will allow a few degrees better side bend than the upper part. So see if you can simulate that. Yeah, the lower one's bent. Yeah, there's more flexion in the lower.
Move your ribs together.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. um, I hope you're not inhibiting the natural movement of your. You can breathe, right? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And this movement that the costovertebral joints allow is called a bucket handle movement. Up and out. Increase the volume of the thoracic cavity while raising it up.
Yes, yeah. But you're breathing at the same time too.
Okay. Do we have time for a quick partner activity or not? Okay, thank you, everyone. Anna and I will collect your props and leave your paper on in case we come back to it. We don't know yet. We don't quite know yet. Oh, you don't want those in there, do you? Can they? There'll be a quick partner activity, a short partner activity. Yeah, go with the other half of your vertebra. It may be someone you haven't worked with before. Okay, one partner lying down, prone, face down. A partner activity, partner with the other half of your rib, your vertebra. One partner lying face down. The other person, see if you place your hands at their sides, perhaps starting towards the front. Find that the edge of that rib cage that comes, that continues, you can feel continuing around to the back. And it will be hard because of all the muscle in that area as you get closer to the spine. So you approximately, when you come up, your hands come closer together at the spine, that's approximately T10, thoracic vertebra 10. And so if you go a couple of knobs down, you'll be at the bottom of the thoracic spine at T12. And then, and while your hands are on the rib cage, just see if you can detect that bucket handle movement in your partner. Up and out. And visualize how, or just noticing when you traced that rib, which was probably thoracic, the rib 10, around to the spine, the middle part of it at the sides is so much lower than where it joins either at the spine or at the sternum. And that bucket handle movement of the ribs is upwards and outwards, increasing the volume in the thoracic cage. And then to find perhaps the top thoracic vertebra, find the, too fast for you? See if you can find a more prominent knob at the base of the neck. And remembering that that's probably C7 and T1 that have those spinous processes that come out more horizontally. And so the lower one is the first thoracic vertebra. And so that first rib will be coming out sort of higher up, a little higher up perhaps than that knob. And the other thing to notice about that, the thoracic vertebra, is that they start off with the spinous processes more horizontal, like the cervical, the spinous processes on the cervical vertebra. But as they go down, they get much more oblique, pointing downwards. And you'll see that on our friend here. I won't hold him up, but you can check that later. So that concludes my part of the presentation, I think. Leave your bits of paper stuck on for a... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about swapping. Yes, please swap and... Oh. So feel around from the where you can feel the base of the thoracic cage around to the spine. That's approximately T10, and then so you've got a couple more knobs and you're on the bottom one, thoracic vertebra 12. And then with hands on the sides of the thoracic cage, see if you can follow the bucket handle motion, the upwards and outwards, inwards and downwards motion. And then if you feel you might be able to feel the first thoracic vertebra up at where there's more prominent bones at the back, at the base of the neck. Okay, all that work on the pieces. But if there's time at the end, only if I mean, you may be talking about the facets. Okay, so the green ones. Oh, it's a bit. I've written it up a bit over there. Okay, thanks everyone. Anna's got a PowerPoint explanation for us now.
Okay, this is just going to be a little bit like
I hope that's not like that. Perfect. Okay. I'll try to speak quietly. Okay. As you've just realised that these are the joints that we're talking about, the little joints on the between the vertebral body and the ribs, costovertebral, as it says there. Now, okay, so you've got the pictures up here. These little the blue stickers and the red ones and the demi-facets. So you've got, you can see it up here pretty clearly. You've got your rib articulation here on the vertebral bodies. It's a thanks. Oh, it's blinding too. It's what we call, it's what's called a synovial joint. So it's got a little bit of fluid inside the joint capsule. And it can move, and I'll show you something with the breathing, which you've already done. You've already seen that movement of the ribs, the breathing. These here, these are the little facets. Somebody asked me what a facet was. It's really just a little facing, an indentation on the bone that allows another bone to sort of articulate so that it's like that. so that there's no real, and you've got the joint, bit of lubrication, a little bit of fluid in here, and the joint around it so that it moves nice and easily. Okay, so it talks about the, you can read all that. You don't need me to talk about that really, because it's saying the same things. They're little oval, concave facets that are, I'll say this, that are inferior. This is the bottom, inferior, and the superior ones are up the top. So anything below is inferior, anything above is superior. So there's your superior and there's your inferior. But on each joint, you've got superior and inferior here. And this shows it a little bit more. There are two joints actually in this area with the rib. And this is what we call here a costo transverse, because it's joining onto the transverse process and the rib here. The one we're concerned about is this one here. So there's the superior, the inferior, and so you've got the cushion of the cartilage in between, and so this is what enables the rib to move up and down. Not quite as big as that, of course. And yes, so you've got your, and you can have a copy of this so that you've got a reference if you like. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Any questions? Yeah, please. Yeah. The rib actually articulates, so it's articulating with the vertebral body. So there's the vertebral body, and the rib is articulating here on this part of the vertebral body, plus, so it's there, and plus it's there as well. So on the two vertebral bodies. So it's, if it gets stuck, you can imagine, it's going to cause all sorts of problems, isn't it? If there's no movement there. Sorry? It's not sticking. It's... Oh, no, it's actually onto the vertebrae. The head of the body of the vertebrae. Let's go back to this one. That's two vertebrae. So if I go back to the next picture, so there's this is the vertebral body. That's the vertebral body. Okay, so there's another one on top and another one on top and another one on top. Yeah, so that the rib is joined here and articulates with the next one up. So here's one vertebral body. Yes, it does. It articulates so that the rib is going like this on the vertebral body at the bottom. Hold on, there's the vertebral body, and the rib is articulating here, but it's also articulating with the one below. So it's sitting on two vertebral bodies here, or against two. The word articulating. Clarify what it means to articulate. Okay.
So an articulation is a description of where two bones meet. They join together. So often we associate different things with different words. But joining is the action. They come together at a joint, and a joint is the same thing as an articulation. No,
Not fused.
they're
No.
not fused. They're not.
No.
It's not like a solid welded. It's a synovial joint, so it actually allows movement of the rib in that bucket handle.
Articulate.
Joint.
So talking about that bucket handle action, when the muscles between the ribs and the other muscles that assist breathing
It doesn't work on this.
are engaged and we inhale, it creates a lifting and a widening of the rib in space, which happens at these costovertebral and costotransverse joints, as well as at the joints at the front, between the rib and the sternum. Yes. So some articulations or joints have less movement. They're tighter. They only move in one plane. They only move in one direction. So in this particular costovertebral joint, it's a sliding action, a sliding with a slight rotation action.
I have got a picture of that in a moment.
Great.
I'll show you that if you want. Okay, I'll just go to that picture of here. Okay, this is. I've come in very close to the. Yeah, so I'm trying to show you. I'll move it around a little, so that you. I'll first of all I'll take it down, so that you can see the movement. Okay. And so, of course, they've got to be able to move. And so articulating, they've got to move like this. So if that's two vertebral bodies, then it's got to move like this. Without, yeah, so I'll bring it in.
And there's that little facet that keeps it in place.
Well,
Like our joint, the socket here.
Explaining it to yourself. If you've got a question.
okay. So I think that shows it as well as anything like this can. You can see can you see the articulations? They're not really. Hold on.
I think you saw them better at the other angle.
That way. That's it. Yeah. Isn't that lovely? See the movement? Yeah, it's as well as it can be because you can't see the facets there because they can't. Oh yeah. So so if I press that highlights the one vertebra. Okay, does it make it? Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Sorry. Well, that.
Okay, do you want to say?
No.
So if that rib, just say it's T9, sorry, the vertebra highlighted there is T9,
Well, there you go.
then the rib coming out, articulating with the top of that vertebra is rib 9, and you can see that part of that, the head of that rib is also articulating with the one above it.
That's actually T9.
Oh, okay.
There. No, but that's it there.
Okay. It's harder to see there. What was that one?
Oh, okay. All right. Look up. 2 more up.
So what was that one?
Yep.
That was T7.
T7.
then. Okay.
Sorry if I'm blocking your way. Yes. Sorry? Well, it would be the diaphragm that's actually pulling down. There's another one which is the depression of this one's the elevation of the ribs, but there's another one which goes down. I'll see if I can find it if you like. You'll just have to bear with me. So if I go, trouble is trying to find it. Oh, no, I'm not. Do you know how to go back forward? I know. I'll do this. There we go. Ribs depression. So, and I'll bring it around. Just bring him over a bit. Okay. And there again is the vertebra. So this is the depression. This is the ribs going down now. And of course up. Okay. That's it, folks.
Could I just ask that you keep your facets with you, please? Because we may come back to them after Leah's presentation.
Okay, so, yes. Oh, I'll have to undo this. Oh, that's hot. I'll put this in here. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. Is that right? Is that right?
Hello? Can you hear? Okay, could you go to your mats, please? I'm going to give you an ATM. Okay, great. Everyone did what they were meant to do, lie on their backs first of all, so thank you for that. Okay, so lying on your backs and turn slightly onto your right side. So turning slightly onto your right side, and once you're on your right side, please stand your left foot. So turning slightly on your right side and stand your left foot. Slide your, now slide your left foot around your right leg. So sliding your left foot around your right leg. So slide left foot around your right leg, yes, yep. And as the foot comes to the right of the right knee, take the head to the right. So slide the foot around the right leg, and as the foot comes to the right of the right knee, take the head to the right. And just noticing the connection of the head and the leg movement. And just continue sliding the left foot around the right leg. Oops. Moving the head now to the left. And slide the left hand towards the right heel. So sliding the left foot around the right leg. As the foot comes to the right of the right knee, take the head to the right. Continue sliding the left foot around the right leg. And moving the head to the left, and slide the left hand towards the right heel. And rest, and rest. So turn on the other side. And now try the same movement on this side. So sliding your right foot around your left leg, and as the foot comes to the left of the left knee, take the head to the left. And just noticing the connection of the head and the leg movement. And continuing sliding that right foot around the right leg. Move the head to the left. Move the head to the right and slide the right hand towards the left heel. And just notice the quality of the movement, the connection between the head and the rest of the body. And rest. And now standing on hands and knees, please. So stand on your hands and knees. And slowly lower your pelvis to your heels. Spine rounds. Elbows stay straight. and the head lowers. As if the whole body pulls away from the hands. And just continue many times. Continue many times, standing on your hands and knees, slowly lowering your pelvis to the heels, spine rounds, elbows stay straight, and the head lowers. And just connecting with the body pulls away from the hands. And continue this many times. And coming back onto all fours. Keeping knees hip width apart. Slide both feet to the right. So sliding both feet to the right. And just sense turning of the thighs. So as you slide both feet to the right, sense that turning of the thighs. And begin lowering the pelvis to where the heels were. So slide both feet to the right, sense the turning, and now begin lowering the pelvis to where the heels were. Just noticing what direction does the head take. That's good. And take a rest. And again, please, onto your hands and knees again. And bend your neck so your right ear comes towards your right shoulder. And just observe the shape of your spine, that buckled handle movement of the breathing. And continue this many times. As you bend your neck to the right, slide feet to the right. So as you bend the neck to the right, slide the feet to the right. And just noticing what places in the spine that's involved or less involved. Are the ribs one side longer than the other? And notice the back side of the ribs. Notice the front side of the ribs. That's good. And rest now. Please, please lie on hands and knees. And slide the feet to the right. So sliding the feet to the right. Lower the pelvis and bend the neck to the right. So slide feet to the right, lower pelvis and bend neck to the right. Does the head go towards the shoulder? Does the head go towards the armpit? And can the movement of the legs lead the movement? And does the spine follow? And just think of your legs as levers turning the pelvis and the spine. And rest. And lie on your back, please. Bend the left leg, foot standing. So bending the left leg, foot standing. Turn slightly onto your right side. Okay, so lie on your back, bend left leg, foot standing, turn slightly on your right side. Take left foot around right leg. So taking left foot around right leg. What's it like now to take the head to the right? So bending left leg, foot standing, turning slightly onto the right side and take the left foot around the right leg. What's it like now to take the head to the right or to the left? And now slowly turning onto the other side. So turning slightly onto the left side. And taking the right foot around the left leg. And rest. And hands on hands and stand on hands and knees. And slide the feet to the left. So standing on the hands and knees, slide the feet to the left. And how much of the spine's involved? And stop. Slide the feet to the left. And now begin taking the head to the left. And does this help clarify movement of the spine? And how small can the moves be? And rest. Please stand on hands and knees. Begin turning feet and head to the left. Begin turning your feet and head to the left. Maybe notice how effortlessly the spine moves. And now lowering the pelvis where the heels were. So lowering the pelvis where the heels were. Just turning the feet and head to the left. Lower the pelvis where the heels were. And legs begin to move and the pelvis follows. And just sensing that musculature becomes softer and softer and the thoracic more supple. And rest. Please stand on hands and knees. And keeping slow and soft movements, turning the head and the feet to the left as the pelvis lowers. So turning the head, feet to the left as the pelvis lowers. Just keeping it slow and soft movements. And now turn the head and the feet to the right as the pelvis lowers. And just being aware of that bucket handle movement of the breathing. And alternate now back and forward with the head and the feet. Going left as the pelvis lowers and alternating head and feet to the right as the pelvis lowers. And take a rest. Please stand on hands and knees. Slide feet to the right. And bend the neck to the left simultaneously. So slide the feet to the right and bend the neck to the, slide the feet to the right and bend the neck to the left simultaneously together. So sliding the feet to the right and bend the neck to the left simultaneously. Left shoulder glides down a little and the right shoulder up a little. And do it without sliding the feet if it's not clear, and then with. Just do that many times. And rest. And standing again on the hands and knees. So please stand on the hands and knees. And turn the feet to the right, head to the left simultaneously. So turning feet to the right, head to the left simultaneously. Begin to lower the pelvis and the head so that it goes inside the left arm. So keep turning the feet to the right, head to the left together, and begin lowering the pelvis and the head so it goes inside the left arm. And do that many times. And rest. And slowly coming into standing. Just taking your time. And noticing as you roll, whichever side, stand to the ease of the movement of your spine, ribs and shoulders. And turn to look over to your left and your right shoulders. And turn to the left. Let the right heel slide out. And just pivot on the ball of the foot. And vice versa for the other side. So turn over the left and right shoulder. Let the right, left heel slide out and pivot on the ball of the foot. Oops. Notice the ease. And just resting now and standing off your mats. And just noticing how you feel. And take a walk. The ease of the walking as you notice the ease of the hips and how clearly your spine and your thoracics are involved in the movement and how you carry your head. Thank you.